Hello there, my name is PolishLynx. Welcome back to the game that is very interesting, and I mean Rising Angels Reborn by IDHAS Studio. Let's continue. In the end, I had to force him to use his precious resources to try and test new antidotes for cure. At the threat of reporting his undocumented cupboards, he finally found one. She's still unconscious, the doctor says. She's currently in a coma induced by the chemicals and isn't responding to outside stimuli. So, if I wanted to ask her a question, I'm not sure when, if ever, you'll be able to talk with her. That is not reassuring. What am I going to do? Find a culprit, I suppose. Why are you here? You hate Faye. Clearly not strong enough. What does that mean? I don't trust him, I don't trust that bastard, and I don't want him left alone with my dog. She's not the dog, and she's not yours. Fine, my wolf. Not better. When Nana left me, all I was left with was my memories and our dog. Forgive me if I want to protect something precious to me. Faye, the girl I hear you call a mat on a daily basis, the woman who you treat like garbage, is precious to you? You have a strange way of showing it. You should head to bed. You were still spun up over what happened out there. I guess it's my turn to yell whatever and storm off. I'm sorry about that. I'm just stressed out about my family. I've lost too many people important to me. I don't want to lose more to something I could prevent. I understand, so we're both tired. There's a lot more in play here than a radar station in the middle of nowhere, or a battle between two squadrons of starfighters. But it's not right. I don't want to hurt my only friend here. I don't care if the rest of them hate me. That's just part of my job. But you? Just try to be nicer to them. If you could, my job would be easier. You'd be happier, and we'd both not be a hair away from snapping. I try, but no promises. I try to thank you, but no promises. Good night, Natalie. Don't stay here all night. I'll stay as long as I'm needed. He slips back into resting position, leaning against the wall parallel to the door. Knowing him, he won't be leaving that spot until Faye gets better. Saul never once asked about my suspicions, never tried to pry information from me. He told me all of his thoughts and concerns about Colonel Nelson being suspicious, but asks for nothing in return. I want to trust him. For now, I will. I will give my old friend the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to keep being angry at him. But the way he wants to protect Faye. Actions speak louder than words. I think I trust him to watch over her. He says such mean things about her, but then he does something like this. Bah. Why doesn't he just be honest with himself? Either he hates or he likes her. Clean and simple. Why can't things be clean and simple? Stan Nelson, hiding medicine, not knowing the basics of medicine, being unable to correctly identify the chemical agent. Is he a colonel who just doesn't really practice medicine much, or something more sinister? I didn't even give Kylie much thought until now. What is she bringing on the ship that we don't know about? I should have been more concerned when Saul mentioned getting those queen steaks. My eyelids feel heavy. Today has been far too long. Bad. I try to keep my mind focused on it so the rampaging demons of my mind don't consume me right now. I almost pull myself into the embers of my warm sheets, but quiet sobbing pulls me from my focus. Kika? In almost a heartbeat, the sobbing stops. The mask of the hero is pulled back on and Kika drops down from her top bunk. Ah, hey. What are you doing here? I thought you'd be up thinking about the recording. I couldn't ask you the same question. I thought you were on the bridge doing the navigation. Razona drew me out. She seems to think that I'm not emotionally stable enough right now to do basic navigation into uncharted space. Please. Are you? Of course I am. Why bother asking such a stupid question? Are you? Yeah, I'm just fine. I wasn't the one who was attacked after all. How's Wolfie doing? For someone who spends most of her time on uncharted planets, I'm sure she's just fine. I doubt this was the first time she's been attacked by monsters. And don't have the heart to tell her that Fi was poisoned. Then again, she may already know. She's sleeping right now. Dr. Nelson is doing his best to punch her up. Good as new. I knew it. That's why I chose her to be my minion. I wouldn't choose someone who was a weakling. You have others. Of course, but she's the only one who had orders with me. Blade had to stay behind. Serves him right for not working harder. I still would have liked to send him a message before we made the shift to dead space. To deep space. We won't be able to communicate out there. It sounds like you miss him. I don't miss him, idiot. I just wanted to make sure that he was taking care of himself. He's a mess without me watching over him. Are you sure you aren't the one who is a mess without him? No. I'm just fine. Things are tough right now, but I'm tougher. Are you sure she's okay? Why don't you go down there and check? Sol is down there now. Now you've got me worried again. Worried about your friend? I'm not worried about anything. I'm just concerned that my minion is not getting the same care that I would be afforded. By either a subpar doctor or a secret smuggler. You've got low standards for yourself, Lieutenant. Try as she might, that mask just can't seem to stay up. Kika's hurt emotionally just like Fame was mauled physically. If I let my heart decide, I would exonerate Kika right now. But I have to maintain my suspicion when the evidence points to her. I can't just let my emotions blind me. Maybe, just for tonight, I can let everyone be innocent and be the trusting comrade Kika needs. As I pull myself into my bed, the words on my heart finally let themselves be heard. Don't worry, Kika. We'll find the artifact and go home heroes. Everyone will cheer for us and nobody will need to be sad or in pain anymore. Right. That's the only logical outcome after all. Well, I'm going to bed. I'm going to need to be in top form tomorrow. Good night. Good night and good luck to us all. I can't help but stare out the window, my thoughts lost in space. I'm letting my heart and hopes get blended into the mission. Each day that passes, I'm letting myself care about more than just the results. It's scaring me. They said that Faye is still sleeping 23 hours a day. Sol jokes that her sleeping every waking minute of the day is nothing new, but it hurts me to think I may have been responsible. A Saito shouldn't let herself care about the people in the case. If something like this happens, I'm supposed to just brush it aside and keep working. But out here, in the depths of space, my armor has been stripped away. My soul faces reality and the questions of my actions are starting to mount up. There is only one time-tested thing I can do to recover from this descent into darkness. Time for some more Marino's quest. I reach for my datapad, but the familiar wave on my hip isn't there. That's right, the crook smashed it. The criminal who escaped my grasp. I guess I can just keep staring out into space. Even now, as my mind slips further into insanity, the tune of the greatest game in all of history plays through my mind. I can hear its melody, so calming and relaxing. Wait, this may be eroding my sanity, but I'm pretty confident that the music is playing in more than just my head. It is permeating around the bridge. The only person on the bridge is Kika, who has been huddled over her station for a while now. What's the likelihood? Okay, likelihood that the princess likes playing electronic games. It doesn't seem like it would be her style to play fake games. Still, there's no harm in asking. Hey, Kika. What? I didn't do anything. Nobody saw me do anything. You can't prove anything. Relax, I just want to ask you if that was Marina's quest you were playing. Who said I was playing anything? That was the sound of my navigation equipment. It sounds musical to the untrained ear. You're on the spider, boss. Alright, what's your price? My price? Not to rat me out. Razon always makes me do push-ups, so yells at me for a few minutes, and all makes me cover a shift of his. What's your price? That's called punishment. Call it what you will. What's the price? Can I play with you? No, nobody plays on my save file. I understand. I do the same thing in your shoes. But just for today, I will let you watch me. I'm about to tell her where she can stick that boring idea when I remember there's an enemy agent running around. Getting close to one of the suspects might help me. Fine, I'll settle. I walk over to where Kika is sheltering their datapad. Sure enough, there is Marino's quest staring back at me. I had the spider boss. You and me both. At least it is better than the flying fish boss. Flying fish boss. I don't remember that one. Sure you do. We had to fight it just a couple days ago. I stiffly laugh. We should have leveled up outside first. Maybe if we would have shared the strategy guide with the rest of us, things would have gone better. We did the best we could with what we had. Whatever. Stop distracting me. Not wishing to continue a pointless argument, I fell silent and committed to just watching her play my game. Kika isn't bad at the game. Her finger movements are deft and her strategies are precise. However, my fighting side is driving me crazy within seconds. You could just use Fire Blast 2 instead of wasting all of your ability power on spamming fireballs. Yeah, but this takes care of the little spiderlings as well. They aren't your biggest concern. You need to burn the boss off before it tries to use Web Sling. I know that. I like this plan better. But Fire Blast 2 has splash damage as well. Not nearly big enough. It is if you hit it just right. Macross is fine, thank you. You're wasting your potions. I have plenty, see? This is why I can't go home. You know nothing about good tactics. Yours are wasteful. It's just a game. Stop saying that. You just don't understand, Sol. I understand that you do not start playing games on her watch again. I think I tried to play Sol's Pride and Miss Chatties. As much as I love reminding you again and again about your job while on duty, I am only here to get Natalie. What's wrong? Is it Faye? No, you haven't had anything to eat in 2 days. Has it really been that long? Come on, Natalie. Alright, Kika, consider what I said about the Fire Blast too. No! Some people are hopeless when it comes to the best ways to win games. My thoughts drift to a quote that has stuck with me from a young age. It is only a step from boredom to disillusionment, which leads naturally to self-pity, which in turn ends in chaos. Despite our sense of urgency, our trials after the elusive ship and any potential pursuers have been thwarted by several red herring ion trials. I fear that boredom and the feeling of being downtrodden is taking hold through the crew. I wish I did not secretly agree with them. How can I best explain the past few days? We drop in, find absolutely nothing, and have to return to our starting point to try again. Our choices in this maze have led us nowhere other than empty tracks of the void. Our food seems to be disappearing faster than we estimated. Everything from our oxygen scrubbers to our engines seem to be on the fritz. Kai looks worse and worse by the hour. The commander seems to be holding strong, thankfully. She isn't allowing us to abandon our search just yet. Everyone else, however. This is stupid. You've said that for the 15th time in this meal, Kika. Meal? This rice is with soy sauce? That's no meal. That's borderline starvation. At least it is still 2 solid meals a day. Even though it isn't very tasty, at least it is more filling than this blind search in the dark. All I've been able to do lately is look for clues that might tip me off to who is working against me on this ship. Word seems to have spread that I am on the watch, however, and they seem content to just lie in wait. I think we have 2 different ideas of what constitutes a meal. It has to last, otherwise we won't be eating anything. That's the point I'm arguing. Gee, open your ears. We don't need to be out here. What do you suggest we do? Just let the Empire get their hands on the weapon? First off, we don't even know if there really is a weapon. What proof is there other than the rumblings from some datapad we found? They could have led there to derail us. My initial briefing said there was an important artifact out there. Right. Intelligence has never been wrong before. I don't like that attitude. And I don't like this whole situation. My second point is why us? Why don't we just go back and get more help? If this thing exists and is such a threat, We should be gathering as much as possible. And there is no time. But there's plenty of time to chase our tails blindly. Some of us don't have tails to chase. You know what I mean. Good morning, son. Morning, Lieutenant Star. You've been ordered to complete this mission. That should be enough. And if I think my life is worth a little bit more? Then you are in the wrong profession. It's no place for a time-eating house cat. Gee. What brings you here this morning, son? Not just to torment poor Kika, I hope. I'm getting some food for Faye. The doctor couldn't be bothered to provide to his patient. Because she shouldn't be eating solid food yet. Because he's a lazy good-for-nothing. How is she doing? Asking for solid food is a good sign. She's still not ready for the interrogation I think you have planned. Who said anything about an interrogation? I know you too well. You better not be trying to grill my minion. I'll do what my job demands of me. Sorry, Natalie, but I have to agree with Hika on this one. When she isn't sleeping most of the day is when you can ask your questions. So, never. Pretty much. I might as well go bring Tsuri her breakfast. You all are depressing me. The truth sucks. That's why we should just accept it and go home. Abandoning your duty in the moment of need. And I was starting to think better of you. I'm going with you to visit my minion. Fine, if it stops your mindless babble, you can come along. It's not mindless. You both just don't understand the necessities of going home. You're just as big of pig as Faye. Come on. Alright, let's end the episode here. We'll see where this is actually going. Hope you enjoyed and see you in the next one. Bye.